Happy day, my children. Welcome to the next session of Chapter 5, Seeds and Seeds of your EVS class. Today we'll be discussing about the dispersal of seeds. Here we'll be learning about what is seed dispersal, that is, how do seeds move. Before we begin with today's session, let us have a quick recap of what we learned in our first session. We learned about the seed coat, which protects the seed and the baby plant inside the seed. The plumule grows into shoot system and the radicle grows into root system. The cotyledon stores food for the baby plant within the seed. Then you have also learnt about the conditions necessary for seed germination, and they are air, water and suitable temperature. You have done the sprouting activity to learn the conditions necessary for seed germination. Here are some of the images of activity done by you. You must be feeling very happy to see these images here, isn't it so? You have also learnt about the stages of seed germination by doing the activity of planting your own seeds. Here are some of the images of activity done by you. I know you must be trying to find the one done by you in this collage, isn't it so? Let us see an amazing time-lapse video of stages of seed germination. Now, my question is, what are the basic needs of a plant? The basic needs of a plant are space, sunlight, air, water, and nutrients from soil. Have you ever wondered why plants need to produce so many seeds? They do so because they are fixed to the ground and cannot move from one place to another. So if all the seeds fall near the mother plant, they would not get enough sunlight, water, nutrients and space. Because of this, many seedlings would not survive. That is why nature helps in scattering the seeds and ensures that they do not grow too close to each other. Their seeds are great travelers. People plant seeds. Gardeners and farmers plant seeds in the ground. People plant fruits and vegetables they eat. You have also planted seeds yourself, isn't it? Most plants do not rely on people. Seeds travel to be planted in new places where they have enough space and water to grow. The process by which seeds are scattered away from their parent plant is called seed dispersal. How do seeds travel? Seeds look different. Seeds have different characteristics. These characteristics help seeds travel. Seeds travel in many different ways. Some seeds have hairy parachute-like structure, wing-like appendages. Some fruits like the cocklebur have hooks or sticky structures. Some seeds have their own mechanism to burst, lightweight fruit that can float on water. Dispersal of seeds is carried out by wind, water, animals and by explosion of fruits. These are called agents of seed dispersal. First of all, we'll discuss about seed dispersal by wind. Seeds with following features can be dispersed by wind easily. Seeds that are small in size, seeds that are light in weight, for example coriander, seeds that have long and fine hair around them, for example cotton, dandelion, seeds that have wing-like structures on them, for example climbing gourd, drumstick, maple. They are flyers. Helicopters and parachutes. Some seeds are shaped like parachutes or helicopters. They are light and float in the wind. Wind helps the seeds travel through the air. The seeds land and grow in new places. Some seeds, like seeds of nerium, dandelion, are lightweight and may have a hairy, weightless parachute-like structure to keep them afloat and are suited to dispersal by wind. Some seeds, like maple, whirling nut, tristar, russet bush willow, have wing-like structures which revolve like helicopter and allow them to be carried by the wind. These are dandelion flowers. On maturing, the petals fall and the flower heads are transformed into wonderful globes, each having more than 100 seeds awaiting a wind. Each is fitted with its own individual parachute. The breeze carries the seeds high into the sky like an endless army of parachutists. Parachutes include seeds with an umbrella-like crown of hairs at the top. Sycamore seeds. Plants created helicopters too. This is also popularly known as helicopter seed. with a thin wing at one end. The TriStar plant produces a revolving seed with 6 blades, and aircraft designers have yet to copy that. Glider, winged seed of climbing god. This is the remarkable winged seed of climbing god. This seed inspired the design of early aircrafts and gliders. When released from the fruit, it sails through the air like a true glider with its seed passenger. Cotton, dreaming of wind. The cotton seeds are light-weighted. They have dense coating of fine, long hair around them, so they are easily carried away by the wind. These fine hair are blown up by the wind. The seeds can go up to long distance. Now we'll discuss about seed dispersal by water. Seeds with following features can be dispersed by water easily. Seeds of plants that grow in or near water. Seeds dispersed by water are contained in light and buoyant fruit, giving them the ability to float. Coconuts are well known for their ability to float on water to reach land where they can germinate. Coconut has fibrous outer covering with air trapped between its fibers that help it to float in water. Same way, lotus fruit is spongy and floats easily. This is seed bean. There is a groove across the pod between each seed so that each can fall away independently. One by one, the seeds start their journey. Seed dispersal by animals. Now let us see how animals help the plants to disperse their seeds. Some are hitchhikers, burdocks and burrs. Some seeds have spikes or hooks. They get easily stuck to the fur of the animals, feathers of birds, and when the animal travels, the seeds travel with it. In this way, it gets a free ride. Have seeds ever stuck to your clothes? Burdocks have hundreds of hooks. They are picked off and shaken off at a distance away from the parent plant. Did you get any idea from these seeds? This is how the idea of Velcro came to George Mestral. Inspired by burdocks and birds, George Mestral in 1948 made a sticky, synthetic fastening material called Velcro with similar tiny hooks that would stick. Velcro is used to stick together many things: clothes, shoes, bags, belts, and many more. What a way to take inspiration from nature! There are some other ways also in which animals disperse seeds. Animals and birds eat fruits, and the seeds that are not digested are expelled in their droppings some distance away. Goats climb trees, eat the fruits, and then poop out the seeds. A seed can go through the goat's stomach and intestine and get out without damage and grow into a tree. Some animals, like squirrels, bury seed-containing fruits for later use. If the squirrel does not find its stash of fruit, and if conditions are favorable, the seeds germinate. Humans also play a big role in dispersing seeds when they carry fruits to new places and throw away the inedible part that contains the seeds. We bring the seeds of plants that we find beautiful or useful to grow them in our garden. Later, the seeds of these plants spread to other places. Many years later, people may not even remember that these seeds did not grow here earlier. They were brought from somewhere else. Did you know this? A tomato, a potato, a green chili came from South America long ago. A cabbage and also a pea came from Europe. A coffee bean and a green bhindi came from Africa. But mango, orange, banana, methi, spinach, brinjal and radish were grown in India long ago. Now we'll discuss about the seed dispersal by explosion. Some choose to go bang. Some fruits burst open when they ripen. The seeds in a pod explode when dry. The force of explosion helps to scatter the seeds. The slightest touch will cause it to explode and fire the seed over an area of about 15 square feet around the main plant. Like violet flower pod, squirting cucumber, touch me not, pond iris, peas, etc. Let us see the explosion of violet flower pod, touch me not, squirting cucumber and Persian silk tree. Traveling seeds land in new places. Once seeds settle, if the conditions are right, these plants start to grow. Shall we take a quiz now? How are these seeds dispersed? The first one is dandelion. Is it dispersed by wind, water, animals or explosion? It is dispersed by wind. Number 2. Burdock. Is it dispersed by wind, water, animals or explosion? It is dispersed by animals. Number 3. Peas. It is dispersed by explosion. Number 4. Lotus seeds. Is it dispersed by wind, water, animals or explosion? It is dispersed by water. Number 5. Berries. It is dispersed by animals. Number 6. Climbing gourd seeds. It is dispersed by wind. Number 7. Violet flower seeds dispersed by explosion. Shall we answer some questions now? What are the basic needs of a plant? Basic needs of a plant are space, sunlight, air, water and nutrients from soil. Why is it important for the seeds to travel far? Seeds travel to survive. Seeds travel to be planted in new places where they have enough space, sunlight and water to grow. What is seed dispersal? The process by which seeds are scattered away from their parent plant is called seed dispersal. How do seeds spread to far off places? Dispersal of seeds is carried out by wind, water, animals and by explosion of fruits. These are called agents of seed dispersal. State any 4 features of seeds dispersed by wind. Number 1. Seeds that are small in size. Number 2. Seeds that are light in weight, for example coriander. Number 3. Seeds that have long and fine hair around them, for example cotton, dandelion. Number 4. Seeds that have wing-like structures on them, for example climbing gourd, maple, drumstick. State any 2 features of seeds dispersed by water. Seeds of plants that grow in or near water. Number 2. Seeds dispersed by water are contained in light and buoyant fruit, giving them the ability to float. Coconut has fibrous outer covering with air trapped between its fibers that help it to float in water. Now, a special reference to pitcher plant. There are some plants which trap and eat frogs, insects and even mice. Are you surprised? The pitcher plant Nepenthes is a carnivorous plant, that is a flesh-eating plant. Plants which hunt. It traps and eats frogs, insects and even mice. It is found in Australia, Indonesia and Meghalaya in India. It has a pitcher-like shape and the mouth is covered by a leaf. The plant has a special smell that attracts insects to it. When the insect lands on the mouth of the plant, it gets trapped and cannot get out. Some more examples of carnivorous plants are Venus flytrap and sundew. Now let us see an amazing video of some carnivorous plants. So, in this session, we have learnt about the basic needs of a plant, Why do seeds need to travel and how do seeds travel? We have also learnt about what all was grown in India long ago and what came from other countries. Then we have also seen the amazing carnivorous plants. Thank you children. We'll meet you again in next class. Bye.